Aloha mai kākou. I'm Vicky Hope Takamine, the Executive Director of Pa'i Foundation and your co-MC for tonight's show.
Aloha, I'm Robert Uluvehi Casimiro, and I am a co-host for tonight.
Aloha, I'm Michael Pilipang. I'm the other co-host for this evening.
Welcome to tonight's show. We're so happy that you're all here. I hope you have your pupu, okay?
Yep.
And your mea inu, your favorite mea inu,
Yay.
whatever that might be, okay? So
Juice.
yeah, a little sparkly juice.
There you go.
Cheering.
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 I have tea.
Tea. Cheers.
Cheering to
All
you,
right.
brother.
We're supposed to be social distance, okay?
This is social distance for me.
In the boxes.
A shared
All right.
box.
Tonight, Pa'i
Pa'i
presents the 2020 Mamo Wearable Art Show, a showcase of Hawaiian art, culture, fashion, and design from the last 14 years of Mamo Wearable Art Shows.
From Kona, Hawaii, one of our favorite designers, Nita Pilago, Wahine To'a.
My art and designs are from my family. All of us, we draw the art and then we print it on fabric. Of course, our inspiration comes from our beautiful Hawaiian Islands and all of the aspects of it, the wind, the rain, flowers, and the aina. The Mamo show has elevated my purpose, I would say, in the fashion industry. I didn't know anything about, walking the stage or, having the models and everything, makeup, fashion. Vicky taught me how to do it, and not only her team, they just came and embraced me and embraced all of our designers actually, just to make us feel that, we are part of this big renaissance, fashion renaissance in Hawaii. Vicky took us to heights where I never dreamed of, big time fashion shows at Hawaii Theater and the Hilton. So it has really put me on the map as a fashion designer, and I'm really appreciative and grateful. We use hula halau models, the dancers, and all of the girls is all willing and able, and just regular everyday people, all shapes and sizes. And I was so honored and blessed to have them wear my clothes on stage, and more so blessed when they're dancing on stage with my clothing. I wanted to empower women, and women from any size, any race, any age. And because I just wanted everyone to look good and feel good. And when they wear my pieces, they can feel the positive energy that we put into it. I got a lot of feedback from women. When they get a compliment, they said, wow, somebody complimented me. And when you get a compliment, it just elevates your happiness and how you feel about yourself. And that's what I want, really simple. And my clothing is for every day. I just designed my styles for everyday wear and everyday living. So that is what Mamo is, wearable art. And we all have our own different styles and genres. And when you put it all together, it's so beautiful on stage, so grateful.
Kona,
Yeah, hello,
Kona.
hello. Kona, look at what I'm wearing. I'm wearing Anita. I'm wearing a wahine toa. I should have been on that ramp. I tell you. They forget.
it's hard because you have so many things to do in the Mamo show. You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere. Okay, but thank you so much.
We
Nita.
love you.
We love you.
Nita, we just love you.
Thank you, Nita.
Woo. Are we going backstage?
Oh,
Is it
that would be a
time?
good thing. I forgot all about it because I'm so happy it's not me. He always Keone Nunes, I'm sorry, he looks at us, he looks at me like I'm pork chops. And he can't wait to put one stamp on top of me. So
Are we able to go back, or am I jumping the gun? Aloha, Keone.
Aloha.
Pehea oko.
Ah, Maika Iwao. You know, I'm good. I don't feel nothing. I'm good. I'm great.
You're doing well. So I had a question I thought you might ask, because we talked about that in the very beginning, and I always say kakao and we say tattoo, but you shared a term, uhi. Can you explain to us the difference between those terminology?
Yeah. Kakao is actually the verb. That's what you're doing. What remains is the uhi. And the uhi is what we would look at now and term tattoo. Yeah. There's always been several really huge misconceptions about traditional tattoos. One of which is that it's really slow, and this is way faster than a machine for the amount of work that I'm doing, and that it's really, really painful. There are certain spots that are painful, I'm not going to lie, but for the most part, I would never get a machine tattoo because it hurts too much. This doesn't hurt as much as a machine tattoo. So, you know, we have to decolonize our thoughts as to what is Hawaiian. This is Hawaiian. This is who we are.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, Kaloku. Auntie Vicky loves you.
Uncle Robert loves you too. Thank you so much.
Mahalo. Wow. Okay. Kaloku o kamaile o kamehameha. It's my kai. Such a good boy. He really is a good boy.
Well, Keone Nunes, wow, you know, he scares me. He looks at me and I feel like a piece of pork chop. Like he wants to get in there and put some kind of design on me, like how he did on Kaloku. And I tell you, that was painful.
My poor nephew.
I know.
You know, Kaloku, I was like, oh my God. I mean, that was so interesting to be present when I asked Keone to do this and do it live backstage. I really wasn't prepared for that. So, coming up, Marcus Hanalei Marzan.
For this particular collection, I really wanted to include natural materials in every way I could. So I used organic, natural fibers, cotton, silks. I used cordage made from coconut fiber, senet cord, tea leaves, dried tea leaves, all of these different natural materials to really bring together these different elements. The idea of bringing together the akua and aumakua through different materials is something that I also like to kind of play with, with the la'i, the idea of healing and medicinal qualities. The idea of cordage being something for everyday use, for canoes, for housing and lashing, connecting to ku. So balancing these different energies in the collection is something I really liked playing with, to really create a full context and not just a single piece that stands alone, but really a world that is created. I've been very fortunate to have models that have stuck with me from the very beginning, and I use them year after year, and I'm really close to them. So I really cherish the connection that I already have with my models, and that is really the connection that I use to create the works that I do. it is not just, again, for me, it's not just a piece of art, but it really is an extension of my relationship with my models, and the friendship that I have with them, and how I'm able to bring the best out of them through the work that I do. I don't consider myself a fashion designer. A lot of people call me a fashion designer because I create clothes that are, or collections that are worn on the body. But I do think of myself as an artist, contemporary visual artist, and my art is just so happens to be worn on the body. The wearable works that I create really do only come to life on a person. And oftentimes the creations that I've made over the years for Mamo are specific to the models. And the energy and mana that they bring to activating my work is really the full culmination of my work. To see it on a mannequin is one thing, but to see it on a living person and seeing it moving, seeing it bring the haka, the person, into another level of consciousness, seeing them have pride, moving, seeing them have confidence, wearing the words, seeing them look at the world in a different way through my while wearing my work is really the joy that I have in making the works that I do.
Oh, that's awesome. Mai ka'i mahalo.
He's always fabulous. Look at the way he uses the designs, the pe'ahi, the ali'i, symbolism. Always great.
He never disappoints. He never disappoints.
Never.
Always good stuff.
Always fabulous.
Yay, Marcus.
Yeah, it's not just the pe'ahi, but it's also printed on the fabric, and all using all natural materials.
Yep.
Really creative. So mai ka'i mahalo and very innovative.
Keiki who are nurtured become tomorrow's leaders.
It's my kuleana to make my voice heard.
I honor the ho'oilina of my kupuna.
I have the power to uplift my lahui and inspire the world.
We believe in the ability of every child. When more Opio are empowered to lead, the lahui thrives.
Aloha, welcome to Olaka'ilima Art Space Lofts, an affordable housing project for artists. This will be the new home for the Pa'i Arts and Culture Center, where you will enjoy Native Hawaiian art, music, hula, and storytelling. Please come and visit us, the Pa'i Arts Gallery, our dance studio. We welcome everyone to our new center. Please visit us at www.pa'ifoundation.org. Aloha.
The Culture and Arts Relief and Recovery Funds are coming soon. We set aside $10 million tailored just for our community.
Go to oneoahu.org.
Go to oneoahu.org.
If you are a cultural practitioner, a kumu hula, a halau hula, an entertainer, or fit into any one of the other categories of being an arts and cultural practitioner, this program is for you.
Go to oneoahu.org to apply.
Apply now.
Apply now. Pa'i is pleased to partner with the National Endowment for the Arts,
Artworks, the State Foundation of Culture and Arts, Hawaii Tourism, and donors like you,
to present a series of events, concerts, and workshops featuring Native Hawaiian artists and cultural practitioners.
You can find more information on our events and programs at www.pa'ifoundation.org.
Our next designer is Kavika Lum Nalmida. Beautiful, beautiful crafts.
for me, it's a sense of accomplishment when I finish a piece, and to see the excitement and gratitude on someone's face, as well as knowing that this is a mark in history for that person or that group. I mean, these pieces really were made to last for a really long time. It's kind of like leaving your mark on the world in a small way. When I was invited to participate in the Mamo Wearable Art Show in 2017, the inspiration I had for this particular fashion show was taken from dresses that I've seen worn by the ali'i at a palace ball. So creating these dresses for the wahine and for the kane, the jackets, they were made to be for a ball or a gala event. In my research of Hawaiian featherwork, feathers were a very spiritual part of that connection to our ancestors on the spiritual plane. Ahu worn by ali'i were mainly covering spiritual entry points on your body or your kino, whether it was on the back or the top of the head. It gives you a connection. Manu and birds can reach every plane, physical plane, which was very important for us as Hawaiians to differentiate the different planes, whether it's in the kai or on the aina, in the nahele, and the different levels of the lani. So Manu give us that connection where they bridge every aspect of our physical. I do think being a hulu practitioner, you definitely need a grounding and a basis for a lot of hard work. It's very time consuming, and it does take a lot of focus. But I would like to see everyone at least try to make one, just to see if you like it. Maybe you can be the next hulu practitioner.
That was awesome.
That kavika
I want
so
one of
good.
those dresses.
I know.
You think I could wear one of those? I want to go to the ball. You think if we had Iolani Palace was at the ball, I could wear that? Oh, and then which one of you is going to wear the malo?
Well, you know, I'll be in Japan. We'll just leave it. Vicky, how can you ask that question? I'm kind of like verklempt right now. But they were. I'll tell you, that Kavika, he's talented, yeah.
He's
all the use of feathers.
Yeah.
Fabulous use of feathers. Yeah.
My ka'iloa.
And now my neighbor, Manuheali'i Dininan.
There's really something that's special about us, and we can't be the only ones to celebrate it and show it off to other people. But it wasn't like we were respected in any way, or they just thought of me as some cute little Hawaiian girl that wanted to make some Hawaiian clothing, and when you go and get a loan, they're kind of, oh, that's so sweet, you're sewing and doing a cottage industry. And they didn't even think that you could grow a design company based around our culture, what's relevant. I mean, just to them, a Hawaiian print was a hibiscus, or just some corny Hawaiian thing. Just knowing that I could do anything, and then all that secret knowledge I had that I could just do it in the middle of the night at my home while kids are sleeping. It was just it's powerful to know that this is something you can do. When you're a startup, you're always developing and you're thinking of basically just ways how to make money. You're trying to think how you're going to have a successful business to last more than 1 week. You're just trying to make more money than you put into it. For designing for me and creating, it all starts with my heart and what I feel like. For me, the inspiration is always my family. So, that celebration, that joy that that when we connect and we love each other, it's all I really want to celebrate, So when I design around those good memories and dreams and wishes that I have, I want to design something for my grandmother and for my mother and then for my kids and for me. And that kind of encompasses everything that you want to do with design. But it's based on just creating and having all these things to celebrate. So it kind of is, it's easy to design. It's easy to want to grow because you're looking at all these people that you're responsible to. So when you're responsible to somebody and you're trying to just celebrate all this happiness that we share, it's, you're just trying to translate that from how do I go from this wonderful feeling to something tangible, that this is the outfit that I want to wear to this celebration, or this is the design, the graphics that I want to design to honor our parents or our grandparents, or what future dreams I have for the kids. And it's everyday life. So when everybody asks, how does your business last so long? It's because every single collection is more like it's a new beginning all the time. So it doesn't feel like we've been in business for so long. It feels like we've been in business for 40 days until the next collection comes out, because every collection is new. So it's like the graphics, the colors, the inspiration, all of that just gets rolled into the next collection, and then we just keep doing it over and over. When you're creative, I think that's just your life. That's your ano. That's your being, you can't change it.
Always my favorite designer, like the clothes I'm wearing, Manuhea Li'i. Deneen always comes back with something great. She's been there since 1985, designing clothing, and one of the trendsetters now. And the clothes is just priceless, beautiful work. Thank you.
That was such a fun set. Did you happy in your seat? We were like, it's so fun. Her models were so happy and loved it.
Great job, Manuhea Li'i. Great job.
All of my love I'll give to you when I come home.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ho'ololi and the Sunny Chain Collection by Paradisus.
We have been a part of Mamo kind of from its earliest years. And they used or modeled the costumes that were designed for an avant-garde show called Iku Kanaka. So being that the costuming was avant-garde, it kind of fit in with what Mamo was trying to achieve. I was really happy to send our dancers and they had a great time. And then a few years later, I'm really not sure if I was asked again or if I said, hey, I want to do this. Do you think I can? But I know I did my second Mamo, and it was at Hawaii Theater. As far as I know, jewelry was never showcased or focused on in a runway presentation for Mamo. Of course, jewelry and accessories were used, but it was usually used to accent or accessorize the fashion that was being shown. So this was just a little bit different, where it was the jewelry that was the focus. So all of the clothing that the models used were white. We created all of the styles, all of the women's things we had sewn, and some of the men's things, but like the men's jeans or shorts, I actually just bought them from various stores, here in Hawaii. It was kind of funny because it was a jewelry presentation and it was really well received. It was probably the most creative show for me because it combined hula, chanting, live singing. I wrote the music, I wrote the chant. So it was a really, really awesome experience for me, my first runway show. Another thought is popped into my head to maybe explore that avenue of actually putting together clothes and or designing a line of clothes to put together with the jewelry and to showcase that. So I always say Mamo was for me in fashion what Mary Monarch was for our halal in hula. That first participation in Mamo helped me to become known as not only a kumu hula, but to become known as a jewelry designer and a fashion designer.
Yay, Sunny!
Yay, Sunny, so talented. All that silver jewelry with all those intricate designs. It's just beautiful motifs.
It's so interesting too because people, you think of Sunny, and Sunny's a kumu hula, of course. He does great work, Mary Monarch and stuff like that. And branching out in this new direction is refreshing and inspiring for not so talented people other than hula like me.
Well, it just shows us how talented all us kumu hulas are.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you. Dim sum?
Dim sum. I have a cookie.
Okay, all right. Yay, Sunny.